Wir sind ja in den letzten 20, 30 Jahren langsam in das digitale Zeitalter hinübergegangen. Trotzdem ist es nur ein kleiner Prozentsatz der Filmgeschichte, die digital produziert worden sind. Der Großteil der Filmgeschichte ist natürlich selbstverständlich analog gedreht worden und deswegen ist es unglaublich wichtig, dass man nach wie vor Zugang zu diesen Techniken hat, dass man auch für Regisseure, die immer noch oder wieder in Film drehen wollen, dass man das möglich machen kann und dass es hier in Budapest möglich ist, finde ich ganz großartig. Ich finde das unglaublich wichtig und schön, dass das ein lebendiges Medium bleibt und nicht nur eines, was in die Geschichte gehört. Ich finde es toll, dass die Kopiermaschinen hier neu sind, dass man das noch alles gebrauchen kann. Und ich weiß es als Lehrer von Filmstudenten, viele wollen unbedingt einmal im Leben auf Film drehen.
I just think it's important to remember this connection that film has to a photochemical process. It links it really to its history. It also reminds us that this technology actually didn't change for a very long time. It's amazing. We now understand the historic value of films, but you need a place to be able to preserve that, which is the importance of an archive. And I think, the more filmmakers are involved with that, and are thinking about that, the better, because it's a transmission, really, between the creative process and the process of being able to preserve it for the future.
Well, I think it's very important to preserve films, because even if a film is unfashionable in the short term, things come back, and it's important to understand how films were made, and also to see what the country, the city, the people, the costumes, everything looked about, or how storytelling has changed. It's incredibly important. It's like reading old literature.
Film preservation is vital because film is the common art. It's the art that so many people can appreciate, especially today. Everything comes from screens. Very few people read books. So if you lose touch with that, you're losing something hugely important in your culture. Archives like this have the means and the technology to be able to preserve those films. I think that's, it's a great boon for historians and for ordinary people to understand the past.
Donc la préservation du cinéma, c'est la préservation pas seulement des œuvres, pas seulement du matériau, c'est aussi la préservation de quelque chose qui ramène à Louis Lumière, qui ramène à l'invention du cinéma, c'est-à-dire que le cinéma était quelque chose de collectif et que le cinéma était une affaire de partage. Aujourd'hui, Internet, les plateformes, c'est une affaire individuelle. Je pense que le cinéma ne disparaîtra pas, mais qu'il faut quand même se battre pour le préserver et éduquer les jeunes générations.
Pour moi, la conservation des films, c'est l'élément essentiel de l'industrie cinématographique. C'est comme quand on parle d'un arbre. Un arbre qui n'a pas de racines ne peut pas résister au temps ni au vent. S'il n'y a pas d'image, on ne peut pas savoir comment était Budapest il y a 50 ans de cela. Ce qui fait que la fabrication des films doit, au-delà de tout, se reposer aussi sur la conservation. Il ne s'agit pas seulement de faire les films, mais il s'agit aussi de les conserver, de les garder pour des générations futures. Parce que la transmission se trouve dans ça. Donc c'est dire la conservation, la préservation, l'archivage, c'est la partie essentielle de l'industrie cinématographique.
We have been actively preserving films since about 2010. We put together an entire program. So we actually listed all 3,000 of our films in order of their risk. Or are they deteriorating? Are we going to lose them? Is there a fear that we might lose them? Maybe we just have one copy. Maybe there's nitrate deterioration. Maybe there's acetate deterioration. All sorts of different issues, and we listed them in the prioritization order, and then we've just been preserving them and going on. We're very, very dedicated to film preservation at Paramount.
The role of archives has really changed significantly because there was a time when archives were basically responsible for preserving material, but they weren't in the sense generating new historical content. They were passive and they kept waiting for researchers to come into the archive. And that role has really fundamentally changed, I think, in the last 20, 30 years to prepare that material through film exhibitions, through paper exhibitions of paper materials, through the publication of books and catalogs, to make that film history come alive for audiences who are not necessarily knowledgeable about film history. So that's really been very important.
Je pense que ce qu'on a inventé pour présenter les images sur le grand écran, c'était le film au départ. Et on sait que dès les premières projections qu'on fait les Méliès, on était sur le film. Et c'est vrai que depuis, on peut dire qu'on n'a pas trouvé mieux.
A lot of the young people who come to film festivals like this, which are focused on the past, have aspirations to be involved in filmmaking in one way or another. It's only by seeing other film. I mean, you learn about filmmaking not in film school, but by seeing films, basically.
I do think restoring the old films that have almost disappeared, I think that is quite wonderful and necessary, because so much of human culture has been encoded in film since film was invented. So it is an important part of history, but also it's a very intriguing. I mean, imagine if we had film of Alexander the Great or Napoleon speaking and talking and in action. You know, it would be quite amazing to see them and hear them and feel their voices. And we do have that for at least 130 years, I think. So I think that is crucial to our understanding of the past, and therefore it does shape our future.